Hello YouTube. So in honor of the Queen Bee's birthday, honey, I have decided to go ahead and do this video debunking this issue once and for all. So there is three types of people. The ones like myself who got common sense that recognize Beyonce as the vocal technician, honey, that nobody really comes close to her darn caliber. And then you got the critics who say that Beyonce can't sing at all, that she never could sing. You know, the Trick Daddies of the world that looks like the Mucinex Man, honey. You look like darn on Halloween Town 24/7, but you want to come for somebody's singing abilities. Bitch, you. And then my thing is this: you ain't in the darn rapper that everybody goes up for. Now, people's darn, I don't know what it is with darn Florida. People go up for darn Trick. I ain't never really seen it for Trick, and this is not even because he came for the Queen Bee, honey. It's like I can see it for Trina. Hell, I can even see it for darn Kaya's ass. But motherfucking darn Trick, I never seen it for darn Trick. Trick always looked like he's darn trick or treating darn 24/7, looking like darn Mucinex Man. But I digress. But there's been plenty more people who said Beyonce don't do nothing but scream, and she's one-dimensional, and you know, she don't have no versatility. And then you got the other group who says, well, Beyonce she could sing back in the day, but she's lost her vocals over time, and you know, she can't access those notes that she's done in the past. So we're going to go ahead and break down those other two darn scenarios right now. So first, I'm going to start off with some clips from her earlier days, and then we're going to go into present day. So first, we're going to go ahead and address the folks who said Beyonce could never sing. So I decided to go ahead and bring some clips on up from the past, and you know, I had to be very meticulous. I had to take my time with this because number one, I had to think about songs that really showcase her voice, because then there's another group that says, well, Beyonce does all the playback and all this, she lip sings, but it's like, that's somewhat contradicting in your statement though, because even if it's lip singing, it's actually her own vocals. It's not a different person's vocals. So at the minimum, you got to say she has the vocals. Now you might say she can't have the stage presence to sing live, and once again, that's subjective. Because depending on what she's doing, it can be understandable why she might not be singing live throughout the whole song, especially considering that, you know, she covers 6+ different genres of music, ranging from pop, reggae, dance, EDM, country, gospel, R&B, soul, opera, and the list goes on and on. But let's go ahead and look at these clips real quick, and we will be right back.
Tina. Remember those walls I built, maybe they tumbling down, and they didn't even put up a fight, they didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. It's everywhere I'm looking now. I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need.
Misrepresent the language.
Okay. Contigo soy capaz de lo que sea. Sorry.
Wow, that was good.
That was terrible. Contigo soy capaz de lo que sea. No me importa lo que venga, porque ya sé a dónde voy.
Soy tu gitano, tu peregrino.
Nice to meet
Hey guys,
We're gonna sing.
you. Never see me fall apart. It's not a broken heart, it's just in inside this lonely heart of mine. I'm slowly dying. Come home, come home, come home, come home for me. In this world, nobody to say to me good night. Now that I need you, don't you know my heart's without you, baby? Come home to me. Everybody know that face, even with a head, know they still know that. Back up, back up. Give me 50 feet. Thank you, baby. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
what you think about the haze echoing?
Okay, so as y'all seen from those clips, it's undisputable that Beyonce is a actual vocalist. Beyonce has been somebody who's been named and highly praised by several different, vocal coaches, people who actually have an ear for music. And that's another thing that gets me. All these people who, do these critiques on Beyonce's voice and don't actually have no darn gone type of music background. It's like, every time I hear people who say Beyonce can't sing, they be bringing up artists that have a good tone but cannot actually do none of the vocal acrobats that Beyonce can do, i.e. Adele, is a very powerful, you know, contralto, recently mezzo soprano because she stopped smoking the cigarettes. You know, in my Rihanna voice, I ain't smoking on the cigarettes no more. She done went to rehab. Well, no, she ain't go to rehab, but I think she just quit, you know, subsequent to the baby, honey. But anyways, yeah, it's like Adele has less of a vocal range than her, but I always, for the longest, people was trying to say Adele can sing Beyonce underneath the table. And it wasn't until like the 2016 BET Awards where everybody was singing live that whole night. And it, honey, people are gonna finally put that doggone shit to rest with Beyonce versus Adele. Another comparison that I've always seen was, I've seen comparisons to Lettucey. I've seen comparisons to Fantasia. And I'm like, why the hell they got Van? And y'all know I love my Fantasia rep it for the darn North Kakalaki, honey. But it's like Fantasia versus Beyonce, no ma'am. And y'all, and see, this is another thing that gets me. A lot of y'all be going off of that darn gospel vocals and shit, where it's like, whoever is more close, I think there's some prejudice in this, where it's like anybody who's more closer to God, even if their vocals are less than, it's like y'all would give them the pass over Beyonce, who is clearly stronger because of the fact that, you know, the person is giving more of a gospel, like a tone aesthetic that you like. But as far as the melismas, riffs, runs, crescendos, staccato, all of those different jargons that is actually used to actually, you know, identify somebody's darn musical, you know, musicality, is not taken into consideration. And like I said, you actually have numerous vocal coaches, which I will actually put them up around here, who actually have all given Beyonce great praise for her vocals. Now, they've also given, you know, constructive criticism on sometimes overextending. Her earlier years, she was shrilled in the higher octaves, much similar to Michael Jackson, you know, who always remained shrilled once he went above D5, in my humble opinion. But some of y'all go up for that. Y'all know I still love my Michael Jackson, but honey, and once again, that's another thing. It was the Beyonce versus Michael Jackson, where it's like, number one, you're comparing a man versus a woman. So once again, you got to take into consideration that you can't necessarily judge it equally. You got to also think about the different types of music that they do. And to really do an accurate comparison, you really got to go into doing like similar songs under similar dynamics for a fair, accurate comparison. Like, you got to, if Beyonce's doing a ballad, you need to compare to Michael Jackson doing a similar style ballad. You know, both standing still. Like, you can't compare, for example, Thriller to darn on Halo. You can't compare Run the World to a ballad song of Michael. It got to be on par. You got to compare something like Thriller to something like This is Thriller. Get My Body. Like, go compare it to something equal. I was trying to think of what type of Beyonce song would be equal to something like Thriller as far as the music, but also the dancing at the same time. Like, I feel that there'd be a lot of false comparisons. But now that we don't establish that, on to the later years. For people who have made the claims that Beyonce has lost her vocals, let me go ahead and break this down. As women age, the vocals tend to get a little bit more limited. Also, your voice naturally gets heavier over time. Now, in addition to that, when a woman is pregnant, you can also lose as much as, a half a tone per pregnancy. And then, Beyonce, having 3 children, twins the second time, and then she had the twins over the age of 35. I want to say over the age of 35 because she had them in 2017. That would have put her at 36 years old, so high risk. And then we knew the fact that, she also had to have a cesarean section. She dealt with, I want to say she also dealt with blood clots as well. She nearly hemorrhaged on the table. Like, she went through a whole lot of stuff during her pregnancy, where she still got on the stage and performed. And once again, when you have twins pushing up against your lungs and all that, usually your vocals are severely limited. Yet, we still seen Beyonce give stellar performance. And once again, even afterwards, she now has to adjust to her newfound sound. But people always take that as a negative because she is now going into her darker, you know, her lower registers or whatnots. And people say, well, her vocal range is limited. I disagree. I personally think her vocal range has broadened quite a bit. Now she's able to comfortably go down to the G2 octave. Now, once again, that's not consistent. I would say her updated, most comfortable vocal range from what I've seen now is a B2. And then she can comfortably go up to the C6 octave. That is her comfortable pocket as of today. Versus back in D-Day, you know, back in the B-Day areas and all of that, her most comfortable lower notes was like C3. And then she could extend all the way up to the C6 before giving out. But now, with her newfound voice, it has adjusted where she's able to go deeper in the vocal range. She's able to go lower, but she now has to crescendo up. But when she crescendos up, she's now able to access far higher than what she's actually been able to do in the past. Because Beyonce, if she really wants to, she can push up to an F6. She can easily go up to an EB6 sharp. And we have seen that live on stage. Not the background vocals, but her actually giving raw vocals. Also, another thing is, Beyonce has a unique darn-gone operatic darn-gone register that she does. Like, she almost gives you, like, if she was into opera, she could give you operatic soprano. Now, of course, it ain't going to be to the full extent of somebody who's in the opera. But for somebody who is predominantly a pop artist, for her to do all the stuff that she does, and for people to discredit that, it is just a disgrace. Just a disgrace. So let me go ahead and show y'all her later vocals as recent as 2019. So here they go right here.
Lead me on through the light. Take my
Let me do it one more time. So as you can tell from those clips, anybody at this point who have seen this video is still going around here saying Beyonce don't do nothing but scream. Beyonce don't do nothing but, you know, she's one-dimensional. She can't go into this, that, and the third. Yet, once again, I'm going to do a whole video on the fact that Beyonce has covered over a half dozen genres of music. Now, I'm trying to figure out how somebody who's so-called one-dimensional has darn gone successfully covered 6+ different genres of music. Has been highly praised by darn gone vocal darn gone coaches around the world. And has been given praises by her darn gone predecessor legends. She has been highly praised by the likes of Michael Jackson, Prince, Stevie Wonder, Tina Turner. Y'all even seen a clip of her singing alongside Celine Dion. Who else? I mean, the list of legends, Babyface, the list just goes on and on and on. The Dream, Usher, you know, her fellow Destiny Child members. The list, once again, is truly darn on endless of all the people who have darn on looked at Beyonce in high regard. So for all these people who are still out here slandering the Queen Bee's name, honey, let me go ahead and get the darn on spray for y'all, honey. See, the bees ain't about to deal with y'all darn on flies, darn on, and y'all roaches and shit, and y'all ants. Some of y'all ant body built motherfuckers want to talk about the Queen Bee. So y'all want to get the spray for us, but honey, it don't say bees on the raid thing. Honey, it says for ant and roaches, honey. We got this for y'all, honey. So anybody who's there after seeing this darn going clip wants to talk about only Beyonce can darn gonna sing, I got this for your ass, honey. I got this for your ass. But that is it, y'all. I still welcome the constructive criticism. So if you still think that, you know, Beyonce cannot sing, leave it down below. Or if you agree, feel free to leave your comments as well. Feel free to thumbs up or thumbs down. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Or dislike. Like I said, if you still don't disagree, don't worry. In honor of Beyonce, I got not 1, not 2, not 3, but I got 4 videos coming. This is the first, so we got 3 more in this series with Beyonce. And we're going to drop them all throughout the month of September in honor of Beyonce. So this first one was pretty much asking y'all, can Beyonce sing? And I think I'm going to also title it, has she lost her vocals over time? I think that's going to be the gist of this and debunking all of that. The second one I'm thinking about breaking down is all the legends that she has worked with, the collabs and stuff. And once again, I got to be very strategic with it because of, you know, copyright. I got to make sure to get all the uncopyrighted, you know, material or the copyright that I can use with fair use. The third one I'm thinking about is doing is, let me see. Okay, Beyonce working with the legends. Musicality. Oh, the different vocal, the different, you know, areas of music that she has done. She has crossed over 6 different genres of music. I'm going to break those down that highlights her best vocal abilities across different genres of music. And then the fourth one I'm still thinking about. So y'all give me some ideas also of what should the fourth video be. Maybe a versus. Maybe we should do like a side-by-side of, maybe I should do an update of Beyonce versus Michael Jackson. Or side-by-side of Beyonce versus, see, I don't know how the verses is going to go though, because it's like that's a whole lot of editing, pulling up darn gone, and then it's like I don't necessarily know some of the other artists, so some people might be saying I'm biased because I didn't include this clip or that, so I don't know about verses. But y'all go ahead and give me y'all thoughts on what should be the fourth video in this Beyonce series, and that is it.